Farm fam. Happy Thanksgiving. Hope you're having or have had, depending on when you see this, a great day. I'm in the middle of cooking our Thanksgiving stuff. We're having steak. Since it's the second year in a row, it's now a tradition. Steak for Thanksgiving is our tradition. But it's not what I was going to show you. Today, I'm doing some gravy out of bone broth. Well, I've never made gravy before, and I realized it takes a little more preparation than I thought it did. Apparently, you're supposed to already have a bone broth. And Mom, if you're watching this and wondering what I'm doing, I'm asking the same thing. I don't know. That's why you need to be here, because I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm following this YouTube video where she does it in an hour, which is cool. So I'm going to do what she does. She does it in an Instapot. And I like that because Instapots are great. So here are the bones that we're going to use. So these bigger ones here are just the normal bones that we get back from the butcher. And then this little clump here is oxtail. So this is one way that you can use oxtail. It's very popular in broth. And so when you buy cows from us, don't be afraid to get bones. Bone broth is so good for you. It's good for your gut health, has great nutrition in it, especially, let's see if I can get right in there is the marrow. That is the cream of the crop. So you need to do bone broth. I'm going to throw this in the oven at 400 degrees for about 30-ish minutes, and then we'll come back and put it in the Instapot. So here we go. Okay, it's been 35 minutes. There's those nice toasted bones, and if I prod the marrow a little bit, ooh, let's see if I can. Here's that. That marrow is nice and soft. That's exactly what we were going for. So I have my Instapot right there. Already has, oh, I need to take that out. I forgot about that. I use this to cook the potatoes in, so I have that in there. All right, I'm gonna put all the bones, maybe. All right, once these bones settle, it fills this maybe about halfway. And I'll show you this before we get too far. And waste not, want not, I'm putting all the juices that came out while it was in the oven and just pouring that in the pot. Dave and I are still in the unpacking process. That's why the kitchen is not a big disaster. It's just a little bit. All right, let's see if we can. All right, there we are. So there's kind of filled up about halfway. And once this settles more, it won't be quite as full. I had some carrots in the fridge. There's 2 of them, just snapped them into some big pieces, throw those in there. There's like 3 stalks of celery, snapped those and did some bigger pieces, throw those in. And then take some garlic cloves. So this is a quick bone broth. So when I usually do bone broth in a big pot, I usually cook it for about at least 6 hours. I want to say it's a little more than that. When some other people do bone broth, they're cooking it for 48 to 72 hours. It's a long time. So this is a quick bone broth. I'm interested to see how it turns out. This is the first time I've put them in the oven. Put the bones in the oven before putting it in the Instapot. That does not want to come off. The cow I watched, she just threw the garlic in with the skins. I don't really want to do that, so I'm not going to. All right, one more left. So I put, what is this? I think the 5th garlic clove in here, but Dave and I really like garlic, so I'm not afraid of putting some a little extra garlic in here. All right, garlic cloves, done. All right, this is juice from when I cooked the vegetables that Dave and I had for our Thanksgiving lunch. And I felt like it was a shame to just throw it out. So I saved it, and I'm gonna pour that in. And now we're just gonna fill this up a bit with water. Alright, here's some rosemary from my garden a couple years ago that I dried out. I'm just gonna grab a pinch of it and put that in there. Okay, try to think of anything else I need to throw in here. I'm gonna say no. I forgot you need to put apple cider vinegar in, like 2 tablespoons, not much. This just helps extract the nutrients and stuff out of the bones. So just, all right, let's get the lid. All right, we're gonna set this for, let's see, manual, and going to put this on for an hour. All right, see how this turns out. See you in an hour. A little over an hour, and this is what it looks like. Oops. So far, looks so good. Now I'm going to strain out the broth from the vegetables and everything else. And I'm hoping all the broth in it will fit into this pan, so I can then make gravy. See how this goes. It's gonna get a little messy. Okay, made a little bit of a mess, but I have made worse messes doing this kind of stuff, so tried to at least get a little messy. All right, this would normally be a lot of gravy, so I'm gonna put some of this into some bottles and then just do a little bit for gravy. All right, I'm gonna put this in some of the jars. But since last time was a little sketchy, I'm just gonna ladle it in. Even though it's not as fast, it's safer for everybody that way. There's the finished product. Put that in the fridge. And you see this darker layer here, that's fat. That'll make a nice fat cap to keep it good for a long time. All right, I put some of this beef broth on the stove to get it up to boil. And while that's warming up, I'm gonna get the thickener ready. I'm gonna put some cold water in this bowl. I'm just eyeballing this. I like thicker gravy, so I'm gonna put more flour in here than maybe another recipe would call for. Alright, getting some bowls. I'm gonna go ahead and put some garlic powder in here. And I would put onion powder in, but I'm out. So I'm not gonna need that. The one recipe I saw said to put some this stuff. Worcestershire sauce in. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of that in. Okay, now we're going to put the thickener in and stir, 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 stir. Just going to put some salt in. And some pepper. Alright, well, I've started a bunch and shut off the heat. I remember the gravy my mom making being a lot darker than this. So I'll wait for it to cool down and give it a taste test, and I hope it's not terrible. Alright, I reheated some of our Thanksgiving potatoes and put the gravy on it. Still looks kind of hot. Smells okay. Still doesn't smell like my mom's gravy. It's okay. Almost tasteless. No, not quite. It's garlicky. Maybe I put too much garlic in here. Alright, I think this is my first. I don't want to say it's a failed recipe. I did something wrong. Or not quite right. The color's odd. The taste isn't that great. Yeah, I don't know. Anyone out there who's made gravy who says this is what you did wrong, let me know. So I don't know what I did, but I'll try it again another time. I'll still eat this, just not as, won't relish it like I did like my mom's gravy growing up. Well, hope you had a good Thanksgiving, and hope you have a good weekend. Stay safe, enjoy family and friends, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.